Well, just before we left, so we didn't have to listen to the roofers banging for a day or more, uh, I was trying to help a viewer with a, a question about a GPS. We'll get into that in a second on the computer, but before I left, I ordered another H743 version 3 from Race Day Quads, and it was waiting for me when I got back. That's this right here. Brand new, out of the box. I did nothing but take the GPS unmasked that was on the flame wheel and using the new cable, because there's a difference in the cable connections on a version 1 and a version 2 and 3. I just connected it into the CAN bus here, powered it up, put the Arducopter current firmware on it, put the perimeters from the flame wheel on it, turned it on. It worked. What should have happened when I powered up the flame wheel to try to review what the viewer was asking about, but it didn't go real well on the flame wheel. And think this further signifies that that flight controller over there has problems. So I got this one. By the way, I think I was paying 60 something dollars for these in 2020 when I started up again or so. This was 129. Boy, I'm glad I've got enough around here to probably do me for a while. But I'm going to put this in the flame wheel and continue with the flame wheel. But the reason I'm showing it right now is with the perimeters for the CAN bus and the GPS type, this should work out of the box. M8Q CAN GPS hooked in CAN bus into the CAN bus on a H743 wing, version 3. And firmware put on it, perimeter set correctly, which is the 3 I just talked about. It should work. And this works much differently from the one in the flame wheel. We'll look at that here on the computer now. So this is Mission Planner 1.3.80 and Arducopter 4.3.7. You did a great job defining your firmware and Mission Planner version in your text. Killer. A lot of people don't do that. Helps a lot. So with the flame wheel parameters on a brand new FC flight controller, it just works like this out of the box. So we've got 11 sats hooked up right now. I think I've been misreading your question. I think your question was that it didn't appear here, which I think we addressed under optional hardware, drone CAN, UAV CAN bus, that you have to click Mavlink CAN 1 and the device will appear. And you can see here, mine's been running for 4 hours and 9 minutes, kind of while I've been doing this video. Set up. It's no longer flipping between operational and initializing. It's a function of that bad flight controller over there. So I'm even more seeing it set here for over 4 hours like it is right now without being rebooted. More sure the flame wheel flight controller is bad. So that's all I can really say about getting that device 112 to show in here is click the Mavlink CAN 1 scan. Other than that, I think you were saying that it connects outdoors fine, but doesn't indoors, and that's a atmospheric problem and will come and go. On my bench here, it comes and goes. I hate it in the wintertime when it's 10 degrees outside. I only have to walk 10 or 15 feet to open the basement door, but going out there and setting the platform down for 5 minutes, and it's more fun in the summer. But a new GPS or a GPS that hasn't been operated in a long time, it has been moved to a new place, will take some time to get the whole almanac in from the GPS satellite system. which is a lot of information we usually don't talk about. Once it gets it, it'll be battery backed up on most GPSs for a short period of time of days, week, 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not sure how long the batteries last. If it starts not hooking up quickly in places where it used to, and it's good for only a few days, might need to change the onboard battery, but I doubt that's going to happen for a long time. Anyway, once I take them outdoors here, I can bring them back inside usually, and they'll stay connected for a period of time that lets me finish my maintenance. Even though if I power them down and back up, they won't reconnect. I'll have to take them back outside the basement to get them connected again. And if they don't work outdoors, that's terrible. That's something really got to be something done about, of course. You have to have it. Where it says right here, GPS 3D fix, if it says no GPS there, that's bad. That's no hardware communications, and again, we dead in the water, have to have something done there. I think yours is saying no fix, which means everything's working. I just can't get the connection with the satellites I want to declare a lock, which is a whole separate problem. Like I say, it's atmospherics. The GPS satellites are geostationary, and the only way your constellations in the sky above you change is if you move on the face of the planet so that you're moving underneath them. And if you move 20, 30 miles, you're going to get back in one of those conditions where you might have a extended lockup time on the GPS to get everything back in for that new location. Shouldn't be long. Anything over 20 minutes is unusable. If it doesn't come in 5 or 10, I usually start getting worried. Usually 5 minutes outdoors is really good enough to at least start locking up something. Might not have the number you want. So let's see. There's only 3 perimeters in the whole shooting match that have anything to do with that. Just go ahead and review those real quick. But again, sounds to me like everything works great outdoors. You have GPS no fix indoors, which in some people indoors, depending on if you're inside a post steel building, you might never ever get indoor lockups in a situation like that just because of the building structure. But if it's a case of atmospherics, cloudiness, really, really cloudy, a lot of moisture in the air, something like that, I don't know what atmospheric messes with GPSs. I suspect that clouds don't, but I'm not 100% sure. I just know that there's times when mine won't lock up on the bench here. It usually seems worse at night than during the daytime too. I have no idea what that means either. But let me know that. So there's the setup and scan, and we think it's doing fine outside, but not indoors. And here on the M8Q CAN page, under UAV CAN parameters, these 3. That is the only 3 that are needed. CAN D1, P1, protocol and driver equal to 1, and GPS type equal to 9. There's nothing else needs to be done to make the GPS work. Other things for the compass and other things, if you connect the airspeed sensor directly into the module, what you're doing there is you're continuing the CAN bus out here to connect this to airspeed sensor. Let me know. Elsewise, I'm going to get back towards a couple of quads I've got to finish out here and other things. Thank you so much.